Hello, in this particular tutorial, we'll be looking at how to add dimension to isometric drawing. Adding dimension to isometric drawing and making sure the dimension is well aligned to the drawing. Let's get started. Now, to add dimension to isometric drawing, the first thing is to do our dimension setting. Do our dimension setting by going to dimension style. We've actually treated a topic on dimension style in our previous video. So if you don't know how to do dimension setting, go and check the previous video on how to do settings for dimension style. So after you must have done the dimension style setting, now the next thing is to apply your dimension. To apply your dimension. Now when you apply your dimension to your isometric drawing, one thing that you will notice is that the positioning of the dimension does not align to the drawing. So now this tutorial is to now teach you how to align your dimension properly for isometric drawing. As I said, the first lesson you need to learn is how to do the dimension style setting, which we have treated in previous video. Then afterwards, you can now learn on this tutorial how to adjust your dimension to suit your isometric drawing. Now, you must have noticed that the way my dimensions are looking, they are more like for orthographic drawings. These dimensions are for orthographic drawings, but we are going to adjust the setting to make the dimension look more fitted for isometric drawings. So now, here we go. So after you have dimensioned the drawing normally, it looks like this. Then now to make it adjusted for isometric drawing, what you will do is you will type dimension edit on your command line, type dimension edit and press enter. Then you select oblique option. Now oblique option will ask you to select the object you want to adjust. So I'm going to select this dimension and I'll hit enter on my keyboard. Now next instruction says enter oblique angle. For the oblique angle, you can either type 30 or minus 30, depending on the direction of the dimension. But an easy way for you to do that is just to select 2 points of a line that you want the dimension to be parallel to. So I'm going to be selecting these 2 lines. So once I select the 2 lines, you notice that the dimension adjusted to become parallel to the line I selected. So the line is better suited this way than its initial position. So I'm going to be doing the same process for this. Dimension edit again, enter, oblique option, select object. So I'm going to select the dimension I want to adjust, enter after selecting the object. Then I'm going to select this line, which means that I want this dimension to be parallel to this line. I can also use this line here. So I'm going to select these 2 points. So once I do that, you can see the line, the dimension adjusted parallel to the line to the 2 points of the line I just picked. So I'm going to be repeating the same idea for this. Dimension edit, oblique, select the dimension I want to edit, enter, and I'm going to select the line I want this dimension to be parallel to. All right. Okay. The same for this. I'm going to be doing the same for this. Dimension edit, enter, oblique, select the dimension I want to adjust. Then I want this dimension line to be parallel to this. So I'm going to be clicking 2 points of this end. Okay, all right, good. So I'm going to do the same for these 2. Oblique, select and I want it to be parallel to this. Okay, good. So now by doing that, I can adjust my dimension to look properly. Okay, so my dimension is looking more properly than the way it was before. So now I want to adjust the position of this. So I'm going to select and drag it a little bit up. All right, looking good now. Okay, so I noticed this is not well dimensioned. It's not well dimensioned, so I'm going to delete it and do it again. Okay, the reason why it was not well dimensioned initially was because I don't have a straight line going directly up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend this. I'm going to extend this up so that I'll be able to select the dimension more properly. Line. Okay, yes. It's looking like this. Now I can now use my dimension edits. So dimension edits, oblique. Then this is the line dimension I want to adjust. And I want it to be parallel to this line. Okay, looking good now. I can adjust the position. Okay, looking good now. So now I can delete this. All right, good. So that's how to adjust your dimension. That's how to adjust your dimension line, so that it's parallel to your drawing in isometric drawing. So another thing I want to do now is, we notice that the text are not parallel to the line. Look at this text. It's not parallel. The text are lined horizontally. So I want this to also adjust. So I'm going to be using DIMT edit, which means dimension text edits. So dimension text edits, DIMT edits. So then I'm going to select dimension I want to adjust. Then I'll go to angle option, A angle. Then I can now select the two end of the line I want the text to be parallel to. Okay, now it's done. I'm going to repeat. I will repeat the same process here. DIMT edits. Enter. Select the dimension I want to adjust, which is this. Then I will choose angle option. Then I'm going to be selecting two end of the line I want this text to be parallel to. Okay, now that's done. All right, so I'm going to repeat the same process for all the other text. Angle, select the two end of the line. Okay. 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 And reposition this. Okay, I can reposition that. All right, so then lastly, DIMT edits. Select the dimension and angle. I want it to be parallel to this point. Okay, good. So now by doing this now, I'm able to adjust my dimension line to be parallel and it's looking good for my isometric drawing. That's how to get it done. So what I'll be looking now is I'll be looking at how to add your text and make your text to look properly for your isometric drawing. How to make your text to look properly for your isometric drawing. So what I'm going to be doing is I'll be using my text, single line text, specify start point of the text. You can measure the height you want the text to have. Then for my specify rotation angle, I'll be using angle 30 or minus 30 as the case may be. So I'm using 30 because isometric drawings are 30 degrees to the horizontal. So I'm using angle of 30 for the text. Now I can type my text. All right. So now, even though my text is at an angle of 30 degrees, it's still not looking so properly for isometric drawing. So I'm going to adjust this. So how do I make this adjustment? Okay, I'm going to be using another text now. Let me use another text. Um, Let me do this here. Height, angle. I'll be using minus 30 degrees angle this time. Minus 30. Isometric. Oh, sorry. Isometric. Okay. All right. Let me adjust the scale a little bit. Mm. Now I move it. Now you can see the difference between these two texts. This text is at an angle of 30. This is at minus 30. Now 30 means that it's because it is 30, it is parallel to this line. This one that is at minus 30 is parallel to this line. So depending on how you want the text to face, so you can either be at angle 30 or minus 30. But even though they are at angle 30 and minus 30, it's not still looking appropriate for isometric drawing. So I'm going to make a little bit adjustment to make it appropriate for isometric drawing. So I'm going to select the text, right click, then towards the end, you will see properties. So I'm going to be adjusting under text category. You will see an option for obliquing. So I'm going to be adjusting the obliquing angle to 30. Enter. So now, once I make the adjustment, now you can see now it's looking so flat to the plane. It's looking more isometric. You can see the difference. So I'll be doing the same thing for this. Property, under text category, obliquing 30. Enter. Okay. Okay, I'm going to be using minus 30 here too. Minus 30. Okay. All right. All depends on what you want. If you want 30, this is what it gives you. If you say minus 30, see what it gives you. Okay. All right. So now with this, I'm able to adjust my text to fit in for my isometric drawing. So now what we have used here is we have done three settings. We have done a setting using dimension edit. We have done dimension T edit, DIMT edit, sorry. We have used DIM edit. We have used DIMT edit. Then we have looked at how to adjust our property for our text to make it align to our isometric drawing. Hope you have learned one or two. If you have learned from this video, kindly subscribe to this video for more content like this.